Welcome back to FM Story. We're into the second half of season 5 of the Glory Hunt to Save. It's our second season with Man City, and things are going pretty well. We are 15 points clear at the top of the Premier League, and we're into the last 16 of the Champions League. We're already out of the FA Cup, we're already out of the Carabao Cup, but given that we've already won the FA Cup and the Premier League in this Glory Hunt to Save, really the focus this season is on the Champions League. Coming up in this episode, we'll have the last 16. Hopefully we get a better draw than we did in the last season's competition when we were drawn against Arsenal and went out at the last 16 stage. But without further ado, let's get into the action, see who we've drawn, and see if we can progress to the quarterfinals. We are now at the 1st of March, and as you can see, we've been drawn against Nice in the last 16 in the Champions League. Nice, obviously, we played in our last game in the Ligue phase of the Champions League. By us defeating them, that saw them drop out of the top 8 and have to go into the knockout playoff round. Since that last game against Nice, we won pretty comfortably 3-0 away at Newcastle, 2-0 away at West Ham. We hammered Liverpool 5-1 at home. We drew 4-4 with Brighton. And then in the most recent game, we won 4-1 against Leicester. What that means as far as the league is concerned is we're well clear. 17 points clear with just 9 games left to play. We've only lost that one game this season, which was that game we lost in August against Man United. But now the focus turns to the first leg against Nice. And we do have quite a few issues in that Rodri suspended, Matheus Nunes is injured, Oscar Bob's injured. Jan Koto's doubtful, Erling Haaland's doubtful, so we might be struggling to put a team out for this first leg, but hopefully we can still put in a decent performance. So this is the side we've picked for the first leg away at Nice. The back four is probably our first choice. Back four, we've gone Guendouzi instead of Rodri. And then we've got Musiala, Silva, Simons, Foden behind Haaland, who's fit enough to play, but probably not fit enough to play 90 minutes. We have a distinct lack of depth because of those injuries and suspensions, and Jan Koto failed the fitness test as well. So it's going to be a tough first leg. Hopefully we can get a result to stand us in good stead for the second leg. So they're going with a more traditional 4-3-3. We're going with that narrow 4-3-3. Right, Gvardiol back to Guendouzi, out to Alphonso Davies, down the line looking for Phil Foden, pulls it back, shot came in, Xavi Simons deflects it past the keeper. I think he's probably offside. But no, it's been given. So Foden goes down the left, pulls it back. Davies flicks it onto Bernardo Silva, who hits it goalwards, and then Xavi Simons, 4 yards out, right in front of goal, diverts it past the keeper to put us 1-0 up and give us a great start in this tie. Right, they've gone long with a free kick. Gvardiol tidying up at the back, goes to Ederson, back to Gvardiol, Alphonso Davies down the left, infield to Foden, who's tackled, but Xavi Simons wins it back. Ruben Diaz to Rico Lewis. Musiala goes back to Ederson. We're keeping the ball pretty well, but we're not really progressing with it. Bernardo Silva to Foden. Alphonso Davies cutting in field. Finds Musiala on the edge of the box and forces the keeper into a great save to turn it behind for a corner. Silva to take the corner. Lifts it into the box. It's headed up in the air. Ruben Diaz nods it down and it's been hammered clear. Right, Rico Lewis with a throw. Comes back to him. Musiala to Ruben Diaz. Into Foden, some quick passing on the edge of the area there. Gvardiol to Davies in space on this left-hand side. Back to Gvardiol, back to Davies again. Crosses towards the back post. And Haaland was offside, but he couldn't keep the header down anyway. Right, throwing for them in our half. played it into the box, and the first real threat, and they got the ball in the back of the net. I think we're going to get a check for VAR, but I think it must be onside. Must have been disallowed. So the ball comes back to Bard, who took the throw. He's lifted it over the top, and Laborde had just gone a fraction too early. And we've got away with one there. And there we are, half-time, 1-0 up, and on the balance of play, you'd say we deserved it. We did get a bit lucky with that disallowed goal, but we could do with taking another chance or two in the second half to make it a bit more comfortable. We've sent the same team out to start the second half because they did pretty well in the first half. Pretty quiet start to the second half. This is the first highlight after 15 minutes. Foden with a free kick. Lifts it over the wall. Keeper makes a great save. Rico Lewis back to Foden. Bit of a goal mouse scramble, and they get it away. Right, so we brought some fresh legs on just to try and see out this game. Into the last 5 minutes, we've still got this 1-goal advantage. Given the players that we're missing, it's been a pretty decent performance. Alphonso Davies with a throw. It comes back to him from McAtee. Into Guendouzi, driving forward. And just couldn't get the shot on target. And there we go, full-time 1-0 victory. We probably should have taken more chances, but we've come away with that victory. Stands us in good stead for the home leg. Obviously, we'll have Rodri back from suspension, and hopefully we'll have a couple of the injured players back as well. But pretty decent in the end. So, this is the side we've picked for the second leg. We've got Rodri back from suspension, thank God, because we picked up another couple of injuries in the Premier League game against Southampton in between the two legs against Nice. It was a pretty comfortable win against Southampton, and we did rest players to try and limit the injury impact, but unfortunately, Xavi Simons dislocated his shoulder. He's now going to be out for 7 to 8 weeks. Matheus Nunes is injured. Oscar Bob is injured. And Manuel Akanji picked up an injury. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks as well. So this is the side we've gone with. It's as strong a team as we can put out. We just don't have the quality and depth on the bench. So hopefully we don't need to dip into that to try and win the game. Hopefully the 1-goal advantage from the first leg gives us a decent start for the second leg. So they're going in with a 4-3-3. We're going in with a narrow 4-3-3 with Musiala and Foden in behind Haaland. Right. They've gone wide with a goal kick. Papetti bringing it forward down the right. We're not really getting close to them. Bard down the left. Lewis wins it back, but it goes back to Bard. They've gone long this time. Alphonso Davies picks the ball up. Finds Gvardiol. He goes infield to Guendouzi, back to Rodri. Guendouzi, Haaland through. On the edge of the area, smashes it goalwards, and it's been turned behind for a corner. Bernardo Silva to the back post. It's headed clear. And now Bard brings it away for them. Right, a free kick to us. Bernardo Silva towards the back post. Gvardiol goes in, doesn't get it. Rodri picks up the ball as it drops. Gvardiol to Rico Lewis into Foden, and he drags it wide of the far post. And now we've had to make an early change. Gvardiol is still on, but it's Alphonso Davies that's gone off. We've had to move Rico Lewis to left back and bring Jan Couto on. Ruben Diaz has picked up a knock. Musiala's picked up a knock. Hopefully they can last out, but we are down to the bare bones at the moment. The corner for them. It's going to be swung in. In fact, it's pulled back to the edge of the area. And Buonani opens the scoring on the night, levels the tie at 1-1. And this is exactly the start to this tie that we didn't want. I think we're going to have to find a way of getting someone on the edge of that area. Right, a corner, deep in injury time. Jan Couto to the back post. Haaland's header was saved by the keeper. He puts in the rebound. We're going to have a check to see if Rodri was offside in front of the goalkeeper. But it's been given. and we've gone 2-1 up on aggregate. We've levelled it on the night. Ball up to the back post. Haaland's header. Keeper parried it. It came straight back to Haaland and he smashes it in on his right foot. And then we go half-time 1-1 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate. And we've not been great. We've looked a bit ropey at the back as well. But hopefully we can maintain this to the end of the 90 minutes. Right, we've not made any more changes at half-time. Right, free kick. 25-30 yards out, Foden over it. Bends it over the wall, hits the woodwork, and goes behind for a goal kick. Right, Rico Lewis played it infield, lost the ball. Buonanni bringing it forward for them. And chose through. And luckily didn't hit the target. That should have been 2-1 on the night and 2-2 on aggregate. Rico Lewis with a throw for us. Bernardo Silva infield to Rodri. Helps it onto Jan Couto. Guendouzi just couldn't get enough bend on it to get it on target. And they went wide to Bard with the goal kick. Right. Oh, Bernardo Silva intercepts it. Foden's through. Sits the keeper down. Puts it past him. 2-1 on the night. 3-1 on aggregate. And a bit of breathing space now. The ball's played in field and they try to play it forward. Bernardo Silva intercepts it with a header. It's flicked into the path of Foden and he beats the keeper to make it 2-1 on the night. Gvardiol into Guendouzi. Ruben Diaz over the top looking for Foden. It's headed out as far as Jan Couto. Infield, he's given the ball away. Diagne driving forward for them. It's gone out to the fullback. Buonanni. It's across. And luckily the shot's off target. But that was far too easy the way they broke on us there. Right, Ruben Diaz. Back to Ederson. Rodri into Guendouzi. Guendouzi again. Right, we're knocking the ball about nicely here. Ruben Diaz, though, tries to force it forward. He gives it away. Force for Haaland. Foden's through and can't keep the effort down. Couple of minutes left. We've made some changes to bring some fresh legs on just to see out this victory. They've got a free kick. Badawi. Boga chips it to the back post. And luckily, Kefren Thuram's header was straight at Ederson. Kicks it out wide, and it's going to come straight back at us here. Bit of a Dowie. Doku gets across to put in a challenge and forces him back to the goalkeeper. Thuram now. Buonanni into the box, squares it, and Thuram's effort's deflected behind for a corner. Played into the box. They've got a head on it, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. And there we are, full time, 2-1 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate, and that's enough to see us through to the last 16. We're now at the end of March. We played one game since the second leg against Nice. That was a comfortable 4-0 victory at home against Aston Villa. 2 goals from Haaland, 1 from Bernardo Silva, 1 from Curtis Jones off the bench. What it means going into the end of the season is that we are 18 points clear at the top of the table with 7 games left to play. So surely only a matter of time before we wrap up the league title. And we've had the draw for the quarter-final of the Champions League. And unfortunately, we've been drawn against Real Madrid. So that's going to be a tough task coming up in the next episode. I mean, looking at the squad, they've got still a lot of the key players. Bellingham's still there, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, Endrick. Obviously, this game was started before Mbappe decided to go to Real Madrid, so he's not there, but it's still a pretty decent team. They are top of the table in Spain, but only 2 points clear of Barcelona as things stand at the moment. So it's going to be a real tough task in the Champions League if we're going to make it through to the semi-final. If we do make it past Real Madrid, we would get the winner of Arsenal or Borussia Dortmund in the semi-final. And there we are, the end of another episode. And if we're going to go ahead and win the Champions League as we hoped this season, we're going to have to do it the hard way, obviously with Real Madrid in the quarter-final there. Join us next time to see if we can make it past Real Madrid and see if we can even go on and win the competition. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.